Hey guys, welcome back. I filmed the Get Ready With Me yesterday, except that I, on my phone, because I record everything on my phone because I don't have an actual camera. I can only record like 9-minute increments, otherwise it doesn't actually, otherwise it's too much space on my editing app that I have. Because I've tried, I've tried filming like a full video, like a full-length video. I think it was like 40 minutes long. And I was going to edit it down, obviously, but it actually was too long, and I actually forgot to keep recording. So this is my second go around. I'm hoping to do wing liner. I'm going to try. I'm not very good at wing liner, so give me a little peace and grace with that. But yeah, let's get started. So for my primer, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I actually prefer using concealer as an eyeshadow primer because I find that not only does it conceal everything on my eyelids, but it also helps it to last longer and helps it to not crease. So I find that this stuff works really, really well for that. And it's only like $10 at the drugstore. So I'm just applying that on my eyeball lids. Eyelids. Oh, and it's in the shade Fair. Okay, so all my brushes, they literally just fell over. I'm going to just blend this out with my finger. On Friday evening, I decided that I'm like, okay, you know what, I just need to groom my brows. I need to pluck them, shape them, that sort of thing. To have nice groomed brows. Some people don't, but I'm high maintenance apparently. So I'm just setting it with my Essence All About matte powder. I finally found a backup. This powder is honestly the best powder I've ever used in my entire life. And if you're wondering why I'm looking down at the mirrors, because down like right here, that's because my mirror is right there. So for my eyeliner, using NYC Liquid Eyeliner as per usual, and I'm gonna use tape. I'm going to do more like of a bit of a crease color, like very, very light, and then some eyeliner just for a very basic eye look. Nothing too over the top. My phone keeps falling, so that's why it's in a different position. So I just, put the tape in the back of my hand, just rub it a little bit and pull it off. It gets rid of the stickiness, so it's not too much of a pull-in. Using the Kat Von D Shade Light Eye Palette. This palette, I swear, it's like, it has it all. It has your transition shades. It has your crease shades, your out of reach shades. It has everything you could possibly imagine, in my opinion. I think with taxes, mine was like $67, but that's Canadian. If you live in America, I think it's like less than $60 with taxes. And if you're on a budget, honestly, if you're on a budget, I don't know if I would go for this one. There are other palettes out there that you can use. Morphe has some great ones. Again, if you live in America, I don't think the shipping is that bad or at all, really. I don't know what the shipping is like, but I'm assuming it's not that terribly bad. But here in Canada, the shipping is like $15, which I think is a little ridiculous. And I'm just applying this with my Jessup blending brush. I got this on eBay. I got it with a pack of like 15 brushes. Okay, so I just went in with that shade right there, Lazarus, I think it is, and then I'm going with this shade that's like one over and then one down. I'm not sure if the names on here are corresponding with it, but whatever. And I'm doing the exact same thing because I'm not going to do too much over here with this one. I'm going to do a little bit, but not too much, because the wing liner is going to cover most of that. So I haven't filmed in so long. Like, I've been so lazy, and I don't know why. It's so much fun to film. Like, this isn't my full-time job. Like, if you saw my I think it was my TMI tag. I I mentioned that I work two jobs. I work more of a factory, like advertising type of job. I work in like the factory part of that job. And I work in a retail job also. So at my retail job, I wear more of a full face of makeup, but at my factory job, I wear next to no makeup. I mean, like if I'm going somewhere afterwards that I just need to be ready, like go home and just quickly change and quickly grab a snack or something like a granola bar or something, then that's perfect for me. I think I'm gonna do this shade right here, like right next to this one right here. And I think I'm gonna apply that with this brush. Okay, my foundation just fell. I really like the Kat Von D shadows. Like, I'm not pressing that much into it at all. Like, I'm just like barely tapping it so much. And there's still so much on it, so I really like these shadows. So to me, like, if you have the money, go for it. Like, this palette's absolutely incredible in my opinion. It's cruelty free. I think it's vegan. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's vegan. Not totally sure though. You can go on the Kat Von D Beauty website, or even Kat Von D's website, the Kat Von D Beauty Instagram page, or Kat Von D's her personal page, and I think she has they're both on there. It's saying like Kat Von D Beauty, cruelty free and vegan. I think is, I don't know. You could go check it out. I don't know how to link things in the description box down below, so won't be doing. I'm hoping to get a camera and a laptop soon because I don't even have a computer. I literally do everything on my phone. I film, edit, upload, done. So I'm just putting this color on the outer part of my crease. Now comes the tricky part. I'm doing wing liner. I want to do a really thin liner. I don't want to do it too thick. So we will see how that. And it's thick. I don't want it like any thicker really though. Okay, so just finished both eyes. See how it looks. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, so it actually looks pretty good. I'm like really impressed right now. I think eyeliner is done. I think that's honestly the quickest I've ever done my eyeliner. I'm like, I'm whoo! That's exciting. If you're a makeup junkie like I am, you know the struggle, girl. It's looking good. Okay. Now for mascara, I'm just using the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. I prefer the Carbon Black, but I thought when it said black, it was black, Carbon Black, but apparently it would say Carbon Black like right over here, but it says original, so when I'm out of mascara, I need to go. And then for this side, I always curl my left eyelashes. Like on the camera, it looks like my right eye, but it's actually my left eye. Because my lashes on this eye is like straight out. These curl up a little bit. So I just got to curl these. Because if I don't curl my lashes now, then I'm going to have to curl my false lashes. And then that ruins them a little bit. So I really want to get the Tarte lash curl. Apparently that one's really good, but that one's also kind of expensive. I think the one I got was like $5, but I'm like, you get what you pay for kind of a thing. Putting on my lashes now, and for my lashes I'm just using the Kiss Every Easy lashes in the style 11. These are, I think these are like a 100% dupe to the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. I think I've seen, like I've used them a couple times, but I'm not paying $6 for one pair when I can pay $13 for 5 pairs. So, yeah. And these, like one pack alone will last me like 3 or 4 months. So, the little tube looks like this. It's only like $3 or $4 at Walmart. So. So lately I've been using ground pork in my meals, which has been absolutely delicious. Because I do love the taste of ground beef, but ground pork is a lot cheaper, and I feel like it tastes basically the same as ground beef, but like I said, so much cheaper. Because on average, a pound of ground beef is like upwards of like in between like $5 and $8. On average, I think a pound of ground pork is less than $4. I think that's like that's like the most expensive I've ever seen it, though. It's like $4. And I find that it's more filling for me. Lashes are on. Now I'm just going to wipe off any fallout that came along with that. For my foundation, I'm going to be using a new foundation that I just recently purchased. About 2 weeks ago, I think I purchased it. And I am obsessed. Okay, obsessed doesn't even begin to describe how I feel about this foundation. Okay, it's the Urban Decay, looks like that. The Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup. Whew! Mouthful right there. It is 1 fluid ounce, so it's this. So that's the standard size. It says to shake well before using, so shaking it. Now, I just do one simple pump. I usually have to do about a pump and a half of this stuff, because this stuff, it is pretty sheer, but I personally find it's very, it builds up very nicely, and I love it. And I'm just going to be blending it out with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I have not yet tried the Beauty Blender. I've heard many great things about it. I just don't feel like spending almost, I think it's like between $30 and $40 for a sponge. And this, okay, like I said, this foundation doesn't cover that terribly much, but it lasts all day, and I love that. I would rather have a very sheer foundation that I can build up that will last all day, and it doesn't look cakey ever. For the longest, for like a couple months actually, I had little to no acne. Also, just BAM! I get acne, and I am getting very frustrated with it. I know I haven't eaten the greatest lately, so I think that's a big part of it, because when I started eating healthier, I noticed a lot of my acne went away. Well, I've been eating kind of a lot of junk food lately. I hadn't eaten like any junk food really for like a good 2 months, which for me is like really good, because I used to eat junk food literally every single day. Like potato chips was like a main part of my meal. So I'm just gonna add one more pump of foundation. Actually, a little more. This foundation, oh my goodness, I love it. Because for me, like, with most foundations that I've used, like, oh, I'm pale. Okay. Oh, and this foundation that I use now, it's actually paler than the stuff I have been using. Which, the stuff I used to use, it would oxidize throughout the day. Like, it wouldn't oxidize by much, but even, like, half a shade. But this stuff was already, like, the slightest bit too dark for me. Like, a quarter of a shade too dark. And if it goes up, like, half a shade, then that's almost a full shade darker than what I want. And that I don't like. So I am going to do some extra coverage today. Not too much, just a little bit. So there, and a little bit right there. Blending it out with the same sponge. The concealer I used, that was the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, by the way. I used to use this as a foundation because it would look so nice on my skin, but I just don't want that much concealer all over my face. Okay, so for my under eyes, I'm using, see this stuff, like this foundation, it's already set. My other foundation never even set itself, but this stuff sets itself and it's so nice, but I still set it with the powder because I have oily skin. So I'm going to be using some concealer under my eyes. See all the dark circles, like how people usually do. I'd use quite a bit. So really, I have really bad dark circles. I do want to get actual color correctors for under my my face and under my eyes, but I don't know of any like really good ones because I'm not once again I'll spend the money on good quality products, okay? But if I'm gonna spend like $5 on a product but it doesn't do anything, well then that's pointless. And I have no idea when I'm gonna edit this video. Now, to set, I'm using this powder, Holy Grail powder. If you want a good drugstore powder, just buy it. It's like less than $5 or around $5. I don't know. I'm just setting my under eyes with my e.l.f. blush brush. So I just use that for my face. And because it's already partially set, I don't have to add a lot of powder on top of that. This is literally the only foundation I've purchased that's like ever set on its own, so I just need this to help it last all day long. For my eyebrow, I'm just using the Essence Eyebrow Designer in the shade Blonde. I totally just did my eyeshadow without even saying what I was doing. So I took this first shade right here, put it all along there, took this shade right here, put it about 3/4 away, and then put this shade just the very outer portion. And for the blush, I'm just using same old. I'm using my Wet n Wild blush in the shade Rose Champagne. I'm obsessed with this blush. As you could tell, like the packaging is like all falling apart, but this is honestly like this blush in particular, like the shade is my favorite. The formula is okay, but the shade is my absolute favorite shade ever to wear for blush. Just to add a little bit of rosiness, hence Rose Champagne. And then for my highlighter, I'm using the Becca highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop. It is so pretty, like it's so buttery, and you swatch it on. Sorry, I'm not trying to flip it off. It is absolutely insane. I couldn't get it when it first launched because, well, I was kind of broke. But then I saved up some money for it, and I'm obsessed. Okay, obsessed doesn't even begin to describe how much I love that stuff. It is so good. I think I'm going to do a Bow and Arrow by Kat Von D. And I scrape off a bunch, by the way, because I don't need that much on my lips. And I'm just going to be applying some of a new liner in my waterline. That is it. I'm going to go get my hat on, put my glasses on, be right back. There we go. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.